So wow, I was not expecting my CBBS video to get over 75k views and 3.3k likes, and that became a complete surprise to me. I wasn't even expecting the video to get over 1,000 views. Like, I generally thought it was going to just get to like 500 views and that would be it, but at 2 p.m. one night when I woke up, I was surprised to my friend on Discord tell me, hey, your video blew up, and I saw on it over 1,000 likes and 1,000 views. So that is a big shock. And before uploading the video, my channel only had like over 800 subscribers. We made it somehow past over 800 subscribers, past 900 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers, and over that as well. Thank you guys so much, you're all incredible. And I wasn't even expecting it to rise up in views and stuff. For only being a YouTuber at the time with over 800 subscribers and a few little, like, not even close to 10-minute review videos, I was not expecting it. It was just a surprise overnight. And I was only being like an occasional video uploader because during all that I had college and I was hanging out with a lot more friends over the holidays and planning to go out more often and do various different things. And my goal with these videos is not just to bring back people's childhood memories and like all that, it's also to get a discussion rolling in the comment sections and people sharing their memories of these shows and stuff. And that worked really well because people were discussing Rastamouse because they remember growing up with Rastamouse. They were talking about when they remember the whole situation with people being rude to Carrie Burnell due to her condition on her arm. People were talking about them remembering Mark Spade presenting Smart and Smartinis. And that's what I love because I'm one of those nostalgia uploaders who want to talk about old kid shows from the 80s, 90s, 70s, 2000s, even the 2010s. I love discussing animation and TV shows and even puppets. And you would probably notice that with a lot of my uploads, like I said, the previous CBBS nostalgia video, and lots of times I've talked about Fireman Sam on the channel. My channel is just a nostalgia path for old British kid shows, and I've been thinking of doing other things. Like, I've recently been getting into watching The Amazing Digital Circus. I've seen all 8 episodes and the finale, and I love that show. I would love to make a video going over it and discussing it someday on the channel. I even want to do videos discussing video games like Minecraft. And plus, now I'm on the summer holidays for 8 weeks because I've just finished college, so that means I could do a lot of things now, like make more videos and do a lot of other things I want to do. I love making videos, I love recording them, editing them, voice lines, making the thumbnails. I find making the thumbnails and even the descriptions the most fun and easiest part of making videos. And I'm planning on doing more videos. I want to discuss other TV shows, I want to discuss Sooty. Hell, I was even thinking after that video to make a video reviewing Rastamouse, because I grew up with Rastamouse a lot, watching it on CBBS after coming home from primary school. I'd love to do a proper video going over the series and its production. And the comment section on that video was very interesting. I had people sharing their memories, like I said, of the parents hating on Carrie Burnell, parents accusing Rastamouse of being racist, and Mark Spate's unfortunate passing and all that. And I noticed with that video as well, most of it was the parents just being over dramatic and very stupid and complaining about things like them accusing Chris Jarvis of saying the C word and stuff like that. I think I should have called the video now Parents vs CBBS or Parents Complaining Over CBB Shows. That would be a more funnier title. And like I said, I was very happy because with these videos I try aim to make people discuss these shows, because a lot of the stuff I discuss on the channel sometimes is not even like popular. Like I said, Rastamouse, people were saying, oh my god, I remember Rastamouse, I used to watch that when I was younger. So bringing back nostalgia to these people starts the roll on an interesting topic to do with these shows. And I have a lot planned. I really want to go over the Balamori reboot, I want to go over the Sooty timeline of the various series, I want to do a lot of videos. Within all the goods of the video though, all the positives and the sweet people, there is in between the very negative and very cruel people. You see, that video exploded with views, likes, and people giving out their opinions on the shows and all that, which is fine. And yeah, like, I agree with everyone. It's just the parents complaining over stuff like Rastamouse and Cara Bernal, which was just totally stupid. And I am aware of the mistakes I made in that video, like saying Sarah Jane Honeywell got sacked from the BBC and CBBS in 2021 when really it was 2011, and also showing wrong images of the Shugington voice actors because I just grabbed them off the wiki and it said their names when really it was different actors. And people were confused at one point in the video when I mentioned inappropriately abused. I was meant to say sexually abused, but I don't know why I didn't say that and I said inappropriately abused. And yeah, that was also a mistake of an error. And I had a lot of people complaining about something which I 100% understand, and that was the amount of confusing audio in that video because it sounded all muttering and a bit confusing for people. And that's what caused a lot of the comments to then go negative because people were mocking my voice. People were just saying, oh, I can't even understand a single thing you're saying. People were even telling me to delete my YouTube channel and remove videos and saying I do shit content. And to be honest, with a video that got over 1,000 views, I am not surprised that I got a lot of people just giving hate and being cruel and evil. And I'm not just discussing that because of the people sitting saying my videos are shit and because people were complaining about the audio and saying someone said they would rather get AIDS and die in a car crash than watch the video because of the audio, which I find disturbing. But there were people in the comment section going way too far, wishing hell upon me, saying I should die, death threats, and even wishing I get cancer, which is pretty fucked up. Now, I'm pretty aware of the internet being a toxic place, and I'm pretty sure everyone on the internet has been cyberbullied once in their life for either posting something, stuff they put out. Not everyone's going to enjoy the same content, and there's going to be people despising your guts. And I totally understand. It's happened to my friends in the past, and it's even happened to me in the past. And with my video going over the thousands mark, I'm not surprised I'm getting all these complaints about my audio and people wishing hell upon me because that's the casual internet. I'm pretty sure when popular YouTubers upload videos, they also get that sort of sad treatment, which is terrible. And yeah, I can see in the video it is muffling. There is muffles, there's a bit of confusion in pronunciations of certain words, there's a bit of slowness in my voice, a bit of high up. And I was in a bit of a rush with these videos because in the middle of it I had a numeracy assessment to finish for college and even a college talent show that I helped prepare. And with videos like these, making review videos and going over various discussions about different shows and all that sort of stuff, there is going to be flaws and errors and mistakes made in these videos, and I'm not saying I'm a perfect YouTuber. I'm not saying I'm the best at uploading videos. I don't even think my videos are great. I think most of them are just kind of mid. And that's probably why they're not as popular as they are. They're just in the middle. They don't get over 1,000 views. And I can understand that because you can find way better YouTubers who would go more in depth. You'll find longer videos. You'd find more interesting facts. And if you don't like my video and you didn't find it interesting what I was saying, then I'm pretty sure you could go out and find these articles about the controversies and even other YouTubers who make these sort of similar videos. Not everyone can be perfect online. Not everyone can make the greatest content in the world. People have to develop and grow up, well, growth on it, to build up, and that's being human. That is being human and developing, and the more you develop, you'll get better and better. You will build on that progression you're trying to build on. And I made this channel 2 years ago, but I used to be a YouTuber years ago, and back then it wasn't the greatest. I didn't have a proper microphone. I was just reading stuff off the top of my head. I didn't script my review videos like 3-4 years ago. I just said whatever came to mind. And like I said, it's building progression. When you start YouTube, your first video or your third or your fourth isn't going to be the greatest. It isn't going to be the best. But when you build up more and more, you'll build up on people enjoying your content who have an interest to it. And that's what I love, because many people, again, were discussing their favourite childhood shows in that comment section, which is brilliant. And I had other people complaining that I'm a pussy for not saying the proper C word or even mention suicide and muttering it out. From other previous YouTubers I've been friends with, when they made videos going over those type of subjects, they got their video either banned or reported, which then caused them to stress out because they put a lot of time in it. And I believe with YouTube being all sensitive over what you can and cannot say, if you were to mention these, it sometimes works with other YouTubers, because I've seen videos where people actually say the C word and nothing happens, but I don't want that to affect my video, so that's why I didn't really say the C word or mention suicide without it being fully said. And it's not common I make videos going over sensitive controversies. I made one going over the Jimmy Savile video of the tweenies in the past, and I'm not really huge on doing controversy videos. I more rather watch them and find out these sort of information about these shows. And it takes me out of my spot, because I'm meant to be discussing TV shows and praising them, not just going over the toxic sides and what's happened within these shows and stuff. And people were very confused about what I pronouncing, because some of the words I were pronouncing didn't understand it. It was a bit confusing. But I do have reasons for that. You see, I was born with asthma and I struggle to breathe. So when I'm reading out the scripts and the sentences, I struggle to breathe within these videos because of obviously my asthma. And that's what confuses me to mix up words and like makes me say words differently. And it's because of my accent as well. I'm born and raised in Scotland, and Scottish people don't always sound 100% English, and I can understand that, because let's take Fireman Sam and Postman Pat. I pronounce them as Fireman Sam and Postman Pat because of my Scottish language, and I can't help that. I have in recent times pronounced them as Fireman Sam and Postman Pat, but it's just the way my accent is. And that's why I sometimes struggle to pronounce proper words right, because, again, my accent and the fact I have asthma, I can't read out sentences fully without having to pause and take a breath breathe, which I don't want to do, because if you hear me heavy breathing in these videos, then it can come off as irritating and annoying, which I understand. And that's what causes me to have those issues speaking like proper English. Again though, it's social media and the internet. Not everything's perfect. You're going to get cyberbullied for the way you speak, the things you like, the things you dislike. You're going to get hatred for what you upload. People have hated me for that audio. People have disliked the video because of the things I'm pronouncing wrong. But then to go as far as being cruel to the point where you're wishing death upon me and saying I should get something that's very heartbreaking like cancer, that's just evil. And it's just the grumpy, negative, and just evil, cold-hearted people. And to be wishing something like, again, cancer, that is messed up. That is bang out of order. And that's why I delete those comments, because they're just not nice at all. And I understand it's the internet. Not every comment or person who sees your video is going to love it. They're going to criticize it. They're going to hate it. And I do 100% understand the people who are not enjoying the muttering in the videos, or I have like speaking issues where I can't pronounce words properly. I understand that. But to go as far as someone to send death threats and all this other stuff, it's just not on. It's not nice either, because it just shows you're evil. And I can understand that the video got thousands of views, it went viral, it's popular, a lot of people are discussing about it, so clearly not everyone's going to have a positive reception to it. And with the video discussing weirdos and sad moments in TV history, of course there's going to be negative people and people telling me to jump off bridges and stuff like that. And that's just the common internet these days. There's people getting bullied, people getting told to end themselves, people getting mocked. It's common online, and it's happened to me in the past, it's happened to my friends in the past. Everyone once in their lifetime has been bullied on the internet, which is just terrible. No one should be going through that. But the best thing to do in this case of situations is just to remove the comments and ignore them. Ignore the people who want you dead and just enjoy what you've uploaded. I've got a lot of sweet, positive comments on that video, and like I've said, I only wanted that video to come out so people can roll a ball and talk about other shows like Rasta Mouse and Show Me, and other shows that were discussed in the video. I did get a lot of interesting questions from parts of the videos. Like, someone asked, why was the Lion and Bear Band episode of the Teletubbies not involved in the video? I think that controversy happened way before CBeebies was a thing. I'm pretty sure it began in the 90s. People were asking about the Mr. Maker hoax about him being dead. I think people get muddled up with Mark Spate's suicide and Mr. Maker because both of them are art-related people, well, art-related shows. So it's obvious for that mix-up than a lot of other controversies that I could have went over. But I just decided to do the ones I was more aware of and the ones I've seen before. And you know something? I might do a part 2 to this CBeebies video, or I might even look at other channel controversies like CBBC and CITV. That would be interesting discussion other shows about like CITV programs because there's a lot of them. And I can even do a video on Teletubbies because there is a lot of Teletubbies controversies out there. There's a mixture of stuff I can upload. And that's a good thing about making these videos because I get inspired by people's comments to do more and more videos on different topics, which is really good. It gives the channel a variety of content to upload. And as people have pointed out, maybe these people are just jealous because they can't succeed in doing a video like I did. Maybe these people are upset that they can't make good content like me, or they can't even reach over 1,000 likes or views on their videos. Maybe it's just people trying to rage bait me and trolls and other accounts just wanting to mock me to try and get me all worked up. And I'm not letting that pass. I'm not letting that get to me as well. Because I'm not going to just delete a popular video on my channel. The fact it has more likes than dislikes, it proves it is a worth watching video. It is good. And I don't care what people think, because at the end of the day, we all have different opinions. We don't like the same things. We don't watch the same things. We like other stuff compared to what other people like. And that's totally fair. If you don't like the video, you're finding the audio annoying, you don't understand my pronunciations, that's fine, because at the end of the day, that's just your opinion. That's your thought. I'm not forcing anyone to love my content. I'm not forcing anyone to enjoy a video. It's up to you what you watch and what you like and dislike. But to go about the death threats and everything, that was just out of order. That's just sad, and I do think that's when people take it too far. It just proves that even the internet itself, it's always going to be toxic regardless where you go or what you say. And it's just a very, very dark and sad thing. But like I said, if you don't have anything good to say as well, just don't say it. Keep your opinions to yourself about wanting me dead, because there's no point of discussing it. Maybe I should start putting underlined subtitles so people clearly understand what I'm saying in the video. I feel like that would be better for my content. But like I said, if you don't enjoy my content, that's understandable. Not everyone likes the same things and is not always into other people's content. All I'm saying is if you're just going to be completely really rude, cruel and evil, wishing hell upon someone just because their video has bad audio, then you can just find something else to do, because there's no time for that. There's no time for people just to be all evil over it. And again, I'm not letting it get to my head. It's just people being mean for the sake of being mean. I am taking the criticism and understanding the audio isn't the greatest. I'm not going to delete that video and re-upload it with better audio, because that would just be a waste of time when I could be using that time to make other videos. I understand people getting confused about what I'm saying because of my accent and I'm not clearly speaking properly. And I do understand I made some errors in the video. Like I said that Sarah Jane Honeywell got fired from the BBC in 2021 when really it was 2011. And I made a community tab post about everyone just being cruel and sending me death threats to just explain my thoughts and feelings on it. And so many sweet people came out and they said to me, keep doing your videos, you're amazing. Don't listen to the haters. People could just be jealous that you're making brilliant content. Don't let it get to you. We can't wait to see what you're doing in the future. And those messages heartwarmed me. People were even coming saying that they didn't understand what I completely said in some parts of the videos, but they understood most of it, and regardless of the audio, they enjoyed the video and it gave them light on nostalgia shows and interesting conversations about the controversies. They really enjoyed it and they want me to do more videos and they can't wait to see that. And I want to give you guys more videos. So I will be making new videos at some point, probably more review videos. And I'm not giving up on YouTube just because people want me dead. I'm not giving up on YouTube just because people are hating on a popular video. I think, again, with all those likes and thousands of views, that's just the internet taking it in because people are not always going to be nice towards others. And I respect that because there's just a lot of bad people out there. And if the people who don't enjoy it, that's totally fine. The people who enjoy it, they enjoy it. And I'm happy that there's people out there liking it and sharing their memories and loving it and wanting me to see more in future videos, which I am going to start doing. So thank you to all those incredible people. Your messages really warmed my heart up and made me really happy. And that just, you're all sweet and amazing. Thank you guys so much for this. It is wonderful that I managed to reach over 1,000 views, 1,000 likes on that video, and even over 1,000 subscribers, only starting at 800 something before that video was even made. I love every single one of yous. Yous are amazing. Stay wonderful and beautiful people. Yous are the best. And I couldn't have done that 1,000 subscribers without you guys. So thank you so much. So thank you for all the support and warm-hearted messages and for helping me get over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Yous are amazing and I'll see yous in the next video. Bye.